supersaturated solution, you must learn the effect of temperature on saturated solution. Well, consider a saturated solution of sugar and water at 30 degrees centigrade. We can see the undissolved sugar settled at the bottom and this saturated solution. Now consider if I keep this saturated solution on fire and increase its temperature to 60 or 70 degrees centigrade. We will observe that this settled sugar at the bottom will disappear and will dissolve in the water. Here is the important question which you must learn. Why the extra or settled sugar was not dissolving at 30 degrees centigrade in the water, but it is dissolved in that same water at 60 or 70 degrees centigrade? Well, it is because the space between water molecules is small at 30 degrees centigrade, while the space between water molecules is large at 60 or 70 degrees centigrade. At 30 degrees centigrade, both kinetic energy and motion of the water molecules are small, while at 70 degrees centigrade, both the kinetic energy and motion of the particles are maximum. Therefore, at 70 degrees centigrade, water dissolve further amount of solute or salt. Now listen carefully. This solution is known as a supersaturated solution because it has dissolved more amount of solute than can be dissolved by the solvent. Let me repeat it. Because it has dissolved more amount of solute than can be dissolved by the solvent. Now what happens if the temperature of this supersaturated solution decreases back to 30 degrees centigrade? Well, the space between the water molecules will decrease and the extra dissolved sugar or solute will crystallize out. Hence, we say that this solution at 30 degrees centigrade is now supersaturated solution. Because water has dissolved more amount of solute than can be dissolved by water at 30 degrees centigrade. Therefore, we define supersaturated solution as a solution which contains more amount of solute than the amount required to saturate it at a particular temperature. Let me repeat